Hi, Mrs. Dean. My name is Kamrie Lowy, and I was in Group 1 for this access to the state curriculum for students who are deaf and hard of hearing. Today I'm going to be talking about technology accommodations, as well as various other accommodations that we provide students in IEPs that I think is important in order for them to be able to access that state curriculum that is so important just as their peers are. The first thing I'm going to talk about that we always instruct the teachers as well as put on the IEP is preferential seating. It's very important for students who are deaf or hard of hearing to be able to have a clear view of the board, a clear access and pathway to the teacher and their auditory information that they're providing. We always want to make sure that they're also away from any ambient noise or disruptive peers. We don't want them to be distracted in any way possible or form. Of course, you're always going to have those disruptive peers, but again, we try and do our best to accommodate them to our ability. The second thing that we always talk about is a note taker in the classroom, especially as the students are getting up there in grade. We want to provide them with a reliable individual in the class that will be able to copy their own notes and then provide the student that has the hearing loss with a copy of those notes at the end of each period. Again, this is really important so that the student that is deaf or hard of hearing is able to focus on the auditory information that is being delivered by the teacher and really give every single option of their intention to that. Again, we always want to take those from a reliable student, though. It can be chosen by myself, the general education teacher, or the student itself. Another thing that we always discuss is the use of an ASL interpreter. We want to make sure that if the student's primary language is ASL, that we provide them with that interpreter so they're able to access the same curriculum. One of the other things that we talk about is flexible scheduling for tests, making sure that they're comfortable, and if the test is in a noisier environment, that we're placing them somewhere that they're able to fully focus as well. Again, same thing kind of goes with assignments. We always try and inform the teachers that sometimes students with a hearing loss can have processing issues, may need additional directions, may need to have things rephrased or repeated or even again retaught. So we're always trying to determine if the student actually does need additional time on assignments. One of the main things that we always consider for a student with a hearing loss is talking about FM systems that are compatible with their hearing loss as well as the equipment that they're wearing. One of the first things that we actually use is called the Red Cat Sound Field System. This is a really great system because it's used for a lot of students that are not currently aided or do not have a cochlear implant or a Baha implant. Usually those are those unilateral students that are not recommended for that equipment. Because that is a full classroom amplification system, it still does help drown out that background noise and let the student focus solely on the teacher's voice instead. Again, some of the other things that we use integrated receivers as well as neck loop receivers, so things like the ICOM is really important. The MyLink we also support, and lastly the Zoom Link. All of these are compatible with the transmitters that we order for these students, which is the Inspiro transmitter by Phonak. So that is also something that we're always considering, is that the student would benefit from a personal FM system. I really like these. I think that they're very helpful in classrooms, and I also think that if a student is able to be compatible with these, that they should be using them. Helps them learn how to drown out background noise, helps them focus on the teacher's voice over anything else, which again will also help them access that state curriculum that their peers are able to access auditorily without any additional equipment. I really hope that you enjoyed my explanation of just a simple, very small part of helping students that are deaf or hard of hearing access state curriculum. Sorry that I was talking so fast. A lot of information to try and get in just a couple of minutes. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.